Hey guys, well, I guess it would help if the hotkey for OBS was working. Anyway, here we are. I think I'm streaming. Let me double check something. Hey guys, well, I guess it would help if the hotkey for OBS. I guess we are. Ho, ho, ho. It's only about the fourth time as a charm here. Let me take another quick peek here, see what we got. See what we can actually see. Looks like you can actually see on the screen what I want you to see. Fantastic. Okay. What we have here is Thinkorswim. This is the MNQ, the micro E-mini. I trade those a lot of times. I can get more contracts and step my way into a trade, leave runners, that sort of thing, as opposed to I'm not really comfortable doing a lot of the full contracts, the full E-minis. So the micros it is. Got to watch the commissions though, especially if you're just taking a few points if you're scalping like Patrick Wheeland. But anyway, here on the chart, I've got some lines here. Got the pivot point here at the top. That's Patrick Wheeland, and the VWAP here. That's Patrick Wheeland. ICT doesn't use these things, doesn't really believe in them. But he also doesn't talk about some of the things I still have on here. This midnight open, session open, London buy and sell side, which today, quite frankly, they weren't as relevant. They still have been on many a days. But what he was talking about today on the 2024 mentorship, ICT, talking about liquidity, where we're going, and he was pretty much on the money. He talked about hitting some sell side down in here, and he thought we would go down and take some sell side at the bottom, then head for some sell side to the top. And by golly, that is what happened. But what, excuse me, as far as the mentorship goes, though, we've got a gap here. Here's the RTH open. You can that dashed orange line, and here's the previous night's close, along with midnight open there. A little bit hard to see there. We got new day opening gap, open and close. ICT did not mention that. I thought both of those gaps were relevant today. Uh, we had a quick drop and took out just a little bit of very minor sell side, and then headed up. And I just took the long. I thought, let's see if we can get that 70% CE hit of that gap, and sure enough, we did. But then headed right back down. So thankfully, we closed out of that. Weren't greedy. Uh, Took a short there. Quite frankly, we don't remember exactly what. Maybe it was just ICT talking about it. He obviously did not give advice. I'm not giving advice. He actually seems to kind of discourage the trades and sometimes outright discourages the trades. Doesn't want anybody following him. He was not making trades. He was not pushing buttons today that I saw. But anyway, we got down in there and nice V-shaped recovery there. Popped along. Now we hit the first fair value gap. He didn't talk about too much, but it's right here. We bounced up into it. You don't want to take it back down because we've already taken out sell side liquidity. But it went above, and you think, missed it. Well, not exactly. It came back in here. This candle, if you notice, comes into it about the 19930s thereabouts, and look zero heat. You could have taken a scalp, could have taken a nice trade. You'd think, oh my gosh, what's happening here? But look where the candles are stopping. And then back on up, goes up to that Patrick Wheeland pivot point. Maybe take profits there. That's a pretty good trade. Got just about what 100 points there. Wow! And then it just keeps on going for another 50 points to the peak. But then we're bouncing back on that pivot point to the tick, bounce again just a little bit through it, bounce again, almost to the tick twice, and that's kind of the end of it down below it now. But you can see here again, don't want too much on your screen, probably. Again, none of this is financial advice, none of it's trading advice. You probably will lose money. But education and entertainment, trying to be entertaining here. I haven't tripped over the word liquidity yet, but it's still early, right? So anyway, you've had some opportunities here, whether you were following Patrick Wheeland or ICT. This video is mostly about the ICT mentorship, the 2024 mentorship. But ICT is a little more patient than the rest of us are. He might go days without a trade, thinks he doesn't need a trade. And a lot of us just, we're not that patient. We think, man, I've got to make money. I've got to get in this. I didn't make enough on Monday to cover my full week, my full month like he might. So here, great number of opportunities. The trades I took today were all green. Praise God for that. And we had some setups, and I actually was too conservative. One trade I got out of, got back in it. It was a long. I got back in at 25 points higher. Still made money. But I'm like, man, that's 50 bucks per. and then Q contract, just missing that little gap. And it was on one of these, I think it was on this nice big green spike up here. But anyway, uh, you do is what's best for you, but we're trying to show you the tools that can help you and the tactics that can help you. And with ICT, man, maybe you just don't have 3 hours to watch his video, even when you speed it up. I mean, the guy does talk a lot, but it's free, right? It is free. How are you going to complain? If he wants to make a point, let him make the point. It's good to be informed, but again, to go back and rewatch a video takes another, even if you speed it up, 2 hours to watch that 3 hour video. Then at the end, he's kind of pontificating, and it's like, I need to move on with my day. So, but anyway, thankful for everything that he does share, and thankful for making money. But again, I do encourage you to at least draw the lines or write on the notepad like he does for the 2024 membership. These gaps were relevant today. The other lines I have on here were not as relevant today. But even here, you can look at the sell side, how it bounced almost to the tick twice on that London sell side. And I kind of hesitated on here before shooting through it on this nice big green candle. So and even there, midnight open was with just a couple of points off of the RTH close from yesterday. So a lot of things can be relevant, and sometimes too when you get I can't think of the word here right now, but anyway, when you get multiple things coming in together, uh, it can add a little bit of strength to your setup, right? You're going to feel more confident about it. So it might be valuable for that because again, you can also see your the Wednesday London buy side, which is just a few points off of the new day opening gap open here. So uh, might pay attention to those things, or you might not. But we're talking about the ICT 2024 mentorship. Little bit of Patrick Whelan advice thrown in here and there. So this is Roger. Hope it's been helpful. Hope to see you next time. And maybe the hotkey will shut it off. Who knows? Talk to you later. It didn't.